Hi skaters, today we have a request. It follows up on our yesterday's post about grind blocks. Their request was how to install them on your skates, which is a good question. You got subscriber, so we appreciate it. So I'm going to explain that with my old antics here. So in order to do this, you have to remove your trucks. You don't have to take your wheels off to do this, but for this instance, the wheels are already off, so it just makes it a little bit easier. I recommend getting a ratchet to do this. You can use an open-end wrench, but I think a ratchet works better because it's faster. In this case, this nut is a 9/16. They're going to vary in size, but this is a 9/16. So you get a 9/16 socket and a ratchet, and you start by loosening up that nut right there. So we're going to do it real quick. Loosen up the front, loosen up the back. These have Loctite inside these nuts, so get them past the point where they're really hard to turn, and then finger loosen them right off of there. So you pull your nut off, pull this first washer, then the first cushion.
Okay.
Then you're going to pull your truck off of here, out of that that King pivot cup. Take the truck off. Now you're going to take this other cushion and washer off. Sometimes this can get tricky to get off of here. Sometimes all the cushions can get tricky to come off there because they get really sticky. But in this case, mine are really loose. If you find these are hard to get off of, you can take a screwdriver and carefully put in between here and try to pry it open. Sometimes you can use two of them, one from each side, but just be careful because you can jab yourself in the finger. So
oh yeah, I've done that.
Just be careful. It hurts.
I don't like that.
So free up that, pull off your last cushion and washer, and now all that's exposed is this kingpin.
Okay.
And you do the same thing to the other side. Pull off the nut, pull off the washer cushion, pull off the truck, pull off the other washer and cushion, and now you're ready to put your grind blocks on. In this case, we have Wild Bones. These are Jazz's Wild Bones, so they're a little small for my plate, but for installation.
Yeah, they're not really the right size for this, but for a demo, it works.
For a demo, it works good.
Yeah.
So just put them right over that, and you want to center them. It's kind of hard to measure that, but you're not really going to need to center these if you get the right size.
Yeah.
A lot of people that make these grind blocks, they want you to measure the distance between your kingpins and give them the size of your plate, and they'll make your grind blocks to fit your skates. But in this case, we want to just center them. You know, I'm not going to use this, but just center it the best you can. Then you put your washer and cushion down there. Then you put your truck on, and you seat this part of the truck down into that
pivot cup.
Into the pivot cup there. And then you put your second cushion and washer on with see how the washers are on the very last thing and the very bottom.
Here,
some skates don't have
a washer on the bottom.
A washer on the bottom.
Okay.
It's okay.
It kind of depends on the plate, I guess.
Depends on the plate. Yeah. And put your nut on there, finger loose. Now you're going to put the back cushion and washer on first.
So it's washer followed by cushion.
Yep.
All right.
And then the truck.
And then the truck. Making sure it fits down into that pivot cup.
Pivot cup. And you seat it down on there.
All right.
Then you take your second bushing and cushion and stick it right over top of that.
And then with
you seat it down on there.
Washer on top.
With the washer on top.
All right.
Then you put your last nut over that, over the top of that kingpin. Finger thread it down on there.
Okay.
Then you're ready to tighten them up. So then you switch the ratchet to tighten, or if you're using an open-end wrench, just lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. So crank these down. What I do is I put them tight, but not super tight, until I skate in them. Once I skate in them, if I need to tighten them up, no big deal. If I need to loosen them up, it's not a big deal either. But I find that it's better to go loose first and then tighten it as to your liking.
Yeah, like a quarter turn or half a turn, maybe at a time, just bit by bit, sort of.
Just bit by bit until you feel where you are comfortable with the way that the action in the trucks feel when you get back in your skates and skate in them. Because when you tighten these, the tighter you go, the slower these trucks are going to rock back and forth, which is going to equate to, cutting back and forth. If they're really tight, they're going to move. The action's going to be slow. If they're loose, it's going to be really quick, like spaghetti legs. So it kind of depends on your liking.
Yeah.
So in a nutshell, that's how you install grind blocks. So we hope that helps you guys. We love the request and all that, so keep them coming. We love the questions, comments, negative, positive, it doesn't matter. We just love to help you guys with your roller skating experience. So hopefully this video was helpful for y'all. If it was, don't forget to like. For future content, hit that bell, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. And there's Bea.
And a big like for Bea.
She's being real good out here.
Bye-bye.
Thanks again, you guys. Happy Sunday. Bye.